Hey folks, it's Ben. I'm fixing yet another clock. This one's pretty kick butt though. My wife made this many years ago. Did you make this clock?
Yes.
When you were doing glass etching and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a cool custom made clock. So it's not a yard sale find, it's actually pretty sweet, and so I wanted to keep it for sure. But it does have a relatively another ticking clock mechanism, which I oh, and the battery looks dead in this one. Tough to say. It doesn't have a second hand. Take the battery out. This one will be pretty easy. This is one that has the hook on the clock mechanism itself, so it actually hangs from the clock, and then everything else is essentially just art. So for this one, what we'll do is we'll actually remove the hands. It's got a little screw for the second hand, and then the minute and hour hands obviously just fall off. And this is where we've got a little nut and a washer. So if we just remove the nut and the washer, this should fall right out of the clock. And so we've got our older mechanism here, which we don't really care about anymore, so we'll move that along. She does have the ring, which we will probably use here. And we'll throw that stuff away. Taking our grab bag of clock parts. We've got one. I just happened to pick the one with the hook. Perfect. It's a cheaper plastic hook, but what have you. What we're going to do is, while the clock hands are off it, you'll never have a better opportunity to clean the glass, because nothing is in your way. You're not going to bend anything. So we'll take and clean up the glass that's here. And ta-da, there we go. So we've got a beautiful, oh man, I'm pretty. Hey, you can catch me on TV here. It's my awesome t-shirt my wife actually made for me too. So now I've got my really cool glass clock here with the nice glass etching on it. Now all I need to do is make the clock really kick butt again. So we've got our new hanging unit here, and we will stick it through the hole, and it is gonna be pretty close actually. We're not gonna, oh, I don't even have it there. This is where I would need one of my longer stem clocks, but I don't have any that don't have the hook on it, so we'll see if we can squish it against the cardboard a little harder. Okay, so from a prior video, you've also seen me where you can get these in two lengths. I think 14mm and 6mm. These are all 6s. In fact, most of the clocks I encounter are 6s. However, in this case, this is probably a 14, and I don't know if I have any actually left in stock. So what I'm going to do is customize the clock a little bit. Since it's already a custom clock, I'm just improving its awesomeness. And how I'm going to do that is, this is on glass on a cardboard backing. So what I can do is I can actually cut the cardboard backing off where my mechanism will be, and then just put the clock with a rubber washer against the glass, and that should work just as well. Okay, so we have a majority of the back off, and the clock still looks great in the front, so I think we're going to win here regardless. So let's take the hanging clock mechanism, which I have set conveniently over here. Now actually exceeds the depth of the clock, and perfect, I have a little bit of thread to put my washer on. So let me grab a little brass washer here. And that just makes the hole a little bigger. Finishes it off a little bit. And the little nut that's right here. And now all this gear is nice and new and shiny too, so that looks sharp. I'm going to lock this puppy down. So now that's nice and stiff, because it's also holding the whole thing up, right? So we do need this one. Like other clocks where it's just the face, whoops, we still need to actually get that puppy on there nice and tight, because it's holding the whole thing up. I touched the mirror, so of course I made it dirty. So we'll get my fingerprints off of that. And now we need to pick the hands, and I think we're going to go with the conventional pretty hands again, the kind of the oldie style hand of clock, which is kind of very similar to the original that was on it. Once again, I'm changing them because they're clean, and this one, because it doesn't have a clock face, the hands are actually out there in the dust and the dirt, and they do tend to get dirty. So just cut it out of the plastic here. Now, the original clock didn't have a second hand. That's technically your choice. You don't have to install it. In this case, I'm going to think about it, so we'll see when we get there. So I've got my clock mechanism that's right over here. The camera's even still on lock, so that's good. Can't believe it's been 10 minutes already, sweetie. So once again, I always set them up for noon. That way you know the hands will always line up. I'll drop the noon hand on it. Click. There's the hour hand, the minute hand. That's a fit there. Get that off of there. And that's the old hand. Let's take this one here. It's red. You like red, right? He says meh. We can always just take it off and leave it. It's not like it's a requirement for the clock to run. It's just kind of a convenience thing. My hands are really close together. I don't know if you can see that, but you want to make sure they're on a different operating plane. Oh, that was close. So those don't touch. Nice, pretty sharp new hands on that. Throw the battery back in it. And there you go. So we've taken an awesome clock that my wife made with a pretty mirror, cleaned it up a lot. New fresh mechanism, new hands, doesn't even tick, which is my part I like so much for quartz clocks anyway. And we've restored a beautiful clock. So if you like this video or any of my other clock videos, the clock playlist, please feel free to like them. Also subscribe to our channel, Red Bar Homestead. We've got sort of cool clock videos, cool everything type of videos. We do a little bit of everything here. So subscribe to our channel and have a good day.